Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are PGN Accounting Group. Today we have a special video. We're finally going to stop talking about taxes for a minute. We're going to talk about something that is relevant to every single person, not just business owners, not just people who want to know about taxes, but we're actually going to be talking about budget, how to make a budget, how to create that budget, how to update it, step-by-step guides. So we're just gonna go through a 3-part series about making a monthly budget for beginners. But before we get into the video and the content of this video, please visit us at pgnaccounting.com if you would like to contact us or if you would like to see detail of what services we provide. Also, you can submit questions or your contact information via the website. So please go to pgnaccounting.com. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really helps us out a lot. It helps support our channel so that we could continue to provide content. It also just helps our morale boost so that we know people are actually enjoying the content that we are providing. Also, we're on Instagram, so please follow us on Instagram. You could follow this QR code, or you could just enter our handle, PGN Accounting, in Instagram. Please follow us on there as well. Again, it just helps show that we have the support from our audience, that they enjoy our content. It also helps us keep going and wanting to create content for you all. So today's video, it's a little different than the other videos about taxes, about tax write-offs for W-2s or LLC owners or s-corp this, taxes this. We just want to make a video. Again, we're not just a tax channel. We're not just talking about things that other CPAs talk about. We want to talk about everything under the personal finance space. So today's video is how to create a monthly budget for beginners. A free, hands-on, zero-based budget in Excel or Google Sheets. So that's a mouthful, but what it really is just a manual Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheet where you go in and you enter all the information that a budget needs. We split this series into 3 parts just because I didn't want to make one really long video where people have to sit through something that's like 40 minutes to an hour. Nobody wants to do that. So we split it up into 3 parts. Part 1 is what we're going to be talking about today. It's about the importance of making a budget and the different methods of making a budget. Again, one size doesn't fit all when it comes to budget. Our method of budgeting doesn't fit for everyone and others don't fit for us. So everyone, there's no right answer. It's more of just the importance of budgeting and just figure out what fits for you. Part 2, a step-by-step guide to create a monthly budget. So we're going to actually show you this is what you need to add for income. This is how you do expenses. And this is how you get down to zero-based budget. And what does that mean? So we're going to be talking for our video tomorrow. We'll talk about it, the step-by-step guide to creating a monthly budget. And the day after tomorrow is part 3, where we actually go and do a walkthrough of creating and updating a budget. There's a lot of videos out there about budgeting and how to create it, the importance, but there's never really a step-by-step guide or a walkthrough and actually showing an example like, hey, I understand budgeting is important. I understand that I need to do it. And I understand, yes, income minus expenses, there needs to be more income, yada, yada, yada. But nobody's actually going through and showing, how do I update this Excel spreadsheet? Some people are new to Excel. Some people are new to Google Sheets. Show me how to do it. Everyone does their own budget themselves. They don't hire other people. So I want to show a video where we actually walk through creating and updating that budget. So that's part 3 that's going to be posted the day after tomorrow. So please stay tuned. Obviously today you're watching part 1. Please come back tomorrow and watch part 2 and the day after tomorrow for the complete series of creating a monthly budget for beginners. So why is creating a budget so important? Budgeting helps you control your money rather than your money controlling you. A lot of people have said that money is a great servant, but a terrible master. And what that means is a lot of people don't know where their money is coming from, or they don't know where it's going, and they feel this anxiety and the stress of, I don't know where my money is going, and they feel strapped. They feel strapped for cash every single month. They don't know why they have more expenses than income, or why their savings aren't growing, or why it's shrinking. And that's just where money is actually controlling them. They can't enjoy the money. They can't enjoy the hard work and the money that they earn because they're not understanding where it's going. And a budget really gets your money under control. It tells you where it's coming from, where it's going. You could adjust things up or down for expenses. Maybe you're eating too much out, so then you're going to decrease that. So now you could control that. Whereas before, if you don't have a budget, it is extremely difficult to live below your means and save consistently, understand what categories you're spending money on, and to get and stay out of debt. There's no way that you could understand where you're spending if you're not keeping track of it. And that's what a budget does for you. How do you know that you're eating out too much? How do you know you're spending too much money on car payments or insurance or gas or health insurance, or for your kids and going out to all these little play areas and diapers and wipes, and maybe you're buying name brand items when now you need a budget a little bit more, so then you buy the cheaper version, the Kirkland at Costco version. I don't know, but you don't know until you do a budget. You don't know if you are living below your means, or if you're saving consistently, or what categories you're spending money on until you actually do a budget. You understand, you take control of it. And also, a very important thing is to get and stay out of debt. The borrower is slave to the lender. We heard that a lot of times, and it's very true. You don't have to be a Christian and read the Bible to understand this. Although the Bible does talk about how the borrower is slave to the lender. It's a very important principle that not only Christians should know, but everyone should know. When you're in debt, when you have car debt, when you have a mortgage, when you have personal loans, and you're in debt with the IRS or the state government or whatever debt you may have, it adds stress to your life. It controls you. You are a slave to that lender because you owe them money. So you feel like all of your money coming in is just going out to these people to make them happy so that they don't repo your car or take away your house. So how about we get out of debt? How do we do that? Well, you can't get out of debt and stay out of debt without budgeting, because budgeting helps you understand, okay, well, maybe I need to put more money away and put it towards this debt. Whereas before, you don't even know what you're spending money on. How much money are you just paying minimum payments until hopefully it gets paid off in 5-10 years? Maybe you have a little bit more room in the monthly budget to stack payments and pay that debt off faster. So a budget is very important, and it helps you a lot. It helps you really enjoy your money instead of being stressed out about it. It helps you achieve your financial goals. Like we said, getting out of debt. Maybe you want to buy a home, so you need a budget for that. So you set aside money away every single month. Set aside part of your income towards future home purchase. Maybe you want to buy a car in the future. You need to upgrade a car, or you're a teenager and you need to save for your first car. Or you're driving a really crappy car that could go out anytime, so you want to start saving for that. A budget really helps you achieve these goals. Or maybe you have a vacation, a family vacation or a personal vacation with your friends where it might cost $2,000-$3,000. So you set aside a little bit of money in the budget every month to go towards this vacation so you could pay it off before you actually go. Whereas some people, they just put it on a credit card, rack up the debt, pay it off after. Isn't it so much better and a lot less stressful to save for it before you go on vacation and have this peace of mind on vacation? Be like, wow, this vacation's already paid off. I did the work before I went, instead of okay, here's 3,000 of credit card debt. I'm going to worry about it after vacation. And then you come back, you're stressed out, and how am I going to pay for this? Let's not even get to there. So that's what a budget really helps you with. Also, a lot of people forget about this. It helps achieve your financial goal of retirement. You don't know how much money you can put away for retirement. What if you have a lot more room in your monthly budget where it's like, wow, I can double how much money I'm putting in retirement, or I could triple it, and I could stack away way more in retirement. Especially now, if you're in your 20s and 30s, you have that compound interest and all that time for the money to grow. That would be amazing to put more money now. But again, you don't know unless you budget. And again, I can't even talk about how all of the different benefits that a budget brings to you. There's too many to mention. And also, this video would be too long. Nobody would even care to listen to it. But again, I just want to stress that we all know we should start budgeting, and it is very important. So let's start today. The best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The second best time to plant a tree is today. So the best time to start budgeting was yesterday. Now, if you didn't do it yesterday, the second best time to start a budget is today. As I said earlier, there's so many different methods of budgeting. Again, we're going to be talking about a different way than a lot of other people feel comfortable with. Maybe they don't feel comfortable doing it our way. That's fine. We just want you to start budgeting. No matter how you do it, what software you use, or however you want to do it, just please start a budget, keep up with it, and make it a daily or monthly habit. So here are some different methods that you might have heard. Where there's YNAB, which is you need a budget. There's Mint, where they're both softwares. You both have to pay for them. There's even Every Dollar with Dave Ramsey. Some of these are free. They have free versions, which are very basic. They're software. They pull the transactions from your bank accounts and your credit cards, which is really convenient. But if you're not willing to pay for that service to get the better version of it, which might actually be like a lot better than the free might not be good enough. So it's not even worth it unless you pay for it. But if you don't want to pay for it, that's where our method comes in. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. Our recommendation is obviously to create a budget in Excel or Google Sheet. You can even use our template. If you want to get our template, please contact us at pgnaccounting.com, and we would be happy. It would be our pleasure to give you this free budget template so that you could start today. Our recommendation is obviously to have a budget that is free and more manual, because it allows you to get into the details of your budget and truly understand where you are financially. If you have one of these three softwares and it's super convenient to pull all the transactions from your bank account, your credit cards, and it's all in one place, and you just have to put, this is food, this is transportation, gas, this is travel. Yeah, that's really fun. That's really easy, and you could all see it in a really nice visual. Does it really force you to be like, wait, I spend money here, or I spent money here? Sometimes you might not see that detail or even care to look at that detail when you're doing one of these three services. Whereas if you do our method and you update it in Excel or Google Sheet, you have to manually type in each of those expenses. So you're like, wait, I spent $45 last night at, I don't know, Chili's or Taco Bell or wherever. Maybe it's like, oh, wow, I shouldn't have spent that much. You actually see it instead of just assigning, oh, that's food category, and then wait till the end of the month and be like, why did I spend so much money? This manual method really helps you get into those details and also understand where you are financially. It forces you to do so. Our method is a hands-on, zero-based budget. We obviously, hands-on means you're getting into the details, you're doing it yourself. It's more manual. It requires attention to that detail because you're entering the transactions yourself. Yes, it might be more time-consuming to set up initially, but it definitely requires you to understand your finances better, and sometimes that's actually more preferred because if you're new to this whole budgeting thing, you want to spend a little bit of time getting into the details, seeing how much money you're bringing in, seeing how your expenses are adding up every single month. Maybe you do want to get into that detail, and honestly, you should. That's our recommendation, because we want you to control your money and not let it control you. And what we mean by zero-based budget, it means that all income and all expenses are accounted for and assigned to a category. Every month, your budget should have all income minus all expenses to equal zero, which means if you had let's say $3,000 of income, that means every dollar is accounted for. It doesn't mean it actually has to be spent as an expense. It just means it has to be assigned to a category. And yes, first we're going to count putting away to savings as expenses, but it's not really an expense. It's just easier to count it as an expense because it's your income less whatever is going out. So income out, then it equals zero. We just want to make sure that every dollar is accounted for and nothing's left over. So again, this was just part 1 of our series, our 3-part series for how to create a budget for beginners. We just want to talk very quickly and short about why a budget is important. Get that basic understanding of why should I do a budget? Why is it important? I've been doing finances, my monthly finances, fine for years, and I've been able to not really rack up too much debt or manage my debt healthily. I'm able to pay my expenses, but we want to upgrade that. We want to get you to the next level, and the next level is being able to control your finances, to create a budget, really reach those financial goals that you have set. Let's be ambitious. Let's start a budget. And that's where we just want to talk about in this part 1 of 3 series. Whereas tomorrow, we're going to really get into the step-by-step guide on creating a monthly budget. And then the day after tomorrow, we're going to get into a walkthrough of how do we create a budget in Excel? How do we update it throughout the month? It's going to be very beneficial, very hands-on. I'm a visual learner. I know a lot of you are visual learners. Obviously, you're on YouTube, so maybe the visual learning really helps you. That's why you're on YouTube. And we just want to cater to that. We want to really educate you. And hopefully this 3-part series on budgeting is really beneficial to you. Again, please support us by subscribing. All of our content is free. Even the budget template is free. Please contact us for that budget template. We're not trying to make money off of this. We really just want to provide knowledge and educate you guys in the best way we can. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please follow us on Instagram. Reach out to us at pgnaccounting.com. You can even look at our services if you want to contact us for your CPA needs. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow and the day after tomorrow to further learn about budgeting, and we'll see you guys then. Thank you.